Today is Friday.
Greta! Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio. I cannot believe Greta popped in to say hello and to remind us that it is Friday. It has been so long since she has last done that. What a sweetheart. I love her. And I'm so glad she was here. But it is now time to begin the show. And it is the first show of December, ladies and gentlemen. The first Christmas episode. I hope you all have your Christmas trees up. I hope you all have your stockings ready for that sweet candy. I hope you're thinking about what gifts you'll get and give. It's the Christmas season, and it is just a jolly good time. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love Christmas. I love obviously the religious element because I'm a Christian. I love the spirit of Christmas. I love the snow and the lights and the decorations. Favorite holiday. But it is not Christmas. It's only December 3rd. We are far away from Christmas. And that means that there is no jolly. Santa's jolly has not blessed us. All that we have is our void, which we fill with our own insolence and malfeasance. Because we play this stupid game called Politics and War, where nothing happens. You know what happens with Politics and War? You have a number, and that number goes up and it goes down. That's it. That's the entire game. Number go up, number go down. City building, infra numbers, cash, your number of tank. It goes up, it goes down. That's it. Nothing else ever happens. I don't know why we care so much, but we do. But that's okay because we're all just insane. And speaking of insanity, we had a bonus show on Tuesday. It was me, Justinian, and Zig, and the recording is up. It was a good episode. We mainly talked about what did we talk about? I don't remember, but it was a good conversation. I like doing the bonus episodes on Ron. I like having Justinian on. Um, it was a good episode. Go watch it if you're ever working out later, like over the weekend or next week, or you're driving. Cue it up and listen to it because it was a good time. There, it was mostly bullshit, but I thought there was some good points and things made. We started talking about the dead forms thing. Yeah, so it was genuinely good conversation. Uh, so go listen to it when you get some time. Listening to Thalmor while pumping iron. That's what I do. Whenever I do. My favorite podcast is Man at the Internet, which is ran by the guy who owns KiwiFarms.com. And see my dumbbell exercises. Um, leg day is Friday, so I'll listen to Man at the Internet while doing my Friday exercises. That's what I'm going to be doing after I end the show tonight, actually. So, uh, yeah, go do that. Essay update. So I am writing an essay on the trends within peace terms in the game. So every war from 2014 to this year, I am organizing how they ended and how the peace terms in those wars came to be. It's easily the largest like research project that the games community has ever had. The only update I have to give to it is that I've been coordinating some people who have been helping me with some data entry. And if I can get volunteers to do what I want, like like half the essay would be finished pretty quickly like that. So I'm going to go ahead and ask right now: are any of you guys interested in helping me with some data entry for this paper? Wait, what are you researching? I am using the wiki as my main source. I am charting all the wars that have happened, but primarily how they ended. And I'm going to put that research together and talk about like the trends that I notice and why those trends probably happen. I can go ahead and upload what I have so far. Um, yeah. So that's what I have so far. The paper is about 5% done. But if anyone wants to take a look at it, that's it. It's a Microsoft Word file. Okay, here's how I'm going to make this easier. If you're interested in helping me, type 1 in chat so I can look back at it later. Killswap is interested. Joe Schmo is. Okay. Lysander's a 1. Yeah, Lysander, you messaged me earlier. What? Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. If I could get just one volunteer for each year that I haven't done yet, that would take off so much work for me because then all I have to do is just focus on the peace terms of each war, and that makes it so much easier to do. So thank you guys. And that's it for that. So let's move on to politics and war topics. What has been happening in the game this past week, ladies and gentlemen? Uh, I don't know, but I can talk a little bit about it. But first, let me. Yes, shooting me. Is shooting me still here? He is not. So I will have to respond to him in uh, this. This. And also, Joe Schmo has bamboozled me by changing this thing to a 0. So I don't know if Joe actually wants to help or not, but that's okay. I got plenty of great volunteers already. So, um, two alliances, the double penetration experience and sanctuary, they have split up. They had a treaty. I'm guessing it was an M level because no one would care about an O level. And it's done. It's over. It got leaked that they were terminating their relationship. And okay, Hugo is volunteering to speak about it. I do want you on, Hugo. Let me just say what I want to say first. Um I believe what happened is it got leaked that they were splitting up. Someone asked Jaden about it. Jaden said it was mutual, which is okay. But then from the side of the double penetration experience, they said they basically made this big announcement and it was like bullet points and like they basically said over the course of several paragraphs that Sanctuary sucked ass and they weren't comfortable being friends with him anymore, which is reasonable. If you're allied to someone and you think that they're not a good ally and also there is no real relationship, which which is really what it came down to. I'm actually bullshitting. In the announcement, it said that like they weren't like there was no relationship between the two alliances, and um, I think that like they didn't think they were good fighters or something. Which like if it was one or the other, it's like okay, well we're like you suck, but we're friends, so who cares? If if you're not friends but they're good fighters, it's like well we complement each other and we're brothers in arms, so fine. But if your ally sucks and you have no relationship with them, there's no reason to keep that relationship. And you would be surprised in this game's history how many times that's been the case where you would have two alliances, there is no relationship, but they're still allies. There are plenty of treaties like that right now in the game, and they really should be cut. They really should be cut. If 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 the governments don't know each other, the members don't know each other, they don't interact, they should be gotten rid of. You know, just the other day, I'm in Hand of Fate, right? And Hand of Fate is a peripheral of the clock block, which is really hard to say. So I'm just gonna call them cock block because that rolls off the tongue easier. Cock block has Cataclysm, Weebinism, Aurora, and Eclipse. I was I'm a part of Cataclysm server. I'm a part of Aurora's. Just the other day, I joined Weebinism and Aurora because I wanted to meet their people and like chat with them some because they are maybe not direct. Well, they're block allies, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I am a empty vessel nobody. I will shill for whatever side I'm a part of because that's just what I am and who I am. Number one, I will shill for my alliance. Number two, I will shill for my block. Um, and so because I think people should only be allies if they're really friends with each other, or barring like they're good fighters or there's a good political reason, like alliances who are allies should really be actual friends with each other. And so, um, I understand from what they were saying, what Double Penetration Experience was saying, why they cut off the relationship with Sanctuary. The only dunk that is to be had is apparently Jane got caught in a lie, though, because Jane said it was mutual when the evidence doesn't seem to support that. But I guess I'm going to be bringing on Yugo here to discuss it, so maybe Yugo can. Oh, Sanctuary cut DPE. Sanctuary cut DPE. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm a dumb butt. Oh no. Sanctuary cut Double Penetration Experience. And Sanctuary said it was because there was no relationship and also DPE sucks. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, I would hate to spread misinformation on Thalmor Radio. So thank you, thank you for your persistence in correcting the record. Now you go. I've just unmuted you. Give me the scoop. Give me the tea. Talk about the split. You are server unmuted. You can't do voice chat. Well, I okay. So you go. Explain. Give us the deal. Why did Sanctuary cut their heads off at the diplomatic tables? Am I correct? Is it because there was no relationship and also you guys doubted their fighting capability? Pretty much. All right. Well, that's that then. I don't know what there is to discuss. That's a pretty reasonable reason to want to cut an ally. Yeah, they sucked, and I didn't even know who they were. Like, case closed. So, uh, and their art is doo doo. Yeah. Um, I think that's that. Um, you go. When Jaden says that the decision was mutual, is that true? Or was Jaden just doing PR? He was pissed. Oh, Jane was seething. Okay, gotcha. It is a seething cult moment. I'm gonna see if I can get Jane on if he can discuss what happened. He might not though, because I didn't talk to him beforehand. So I will wait just 1 minute to see if Jaden will come on, and if he doesn't respond anytime soon, which we could always come back to. We can always come back to this discussion if Jaden doesn't come on. But I'll wait just a minute here. Start getting audio clips in Seed and Cope. Wow, this is actually the biggest audience I've had in a little while now. For those listening, there's a chat down below the catalog called Seed and Cope. That that room exists to post examples of seeding and coping. And because most of you don't have your brains melted by 5G like I do, let me explain. Seething is when someone is angry. When you're playing politics and war and you raid someone and they send you an angry DM calling you a slur, that's a seethe. You should screen cap that and post it to Seethe and Cope. A cope is a bit more nuanced. A cope is when um something bad happens to you or something you care about, and so you try to spin it in a way that like makes it not be as bad, or you're just like foolishly like hopeful, like, yeah, we got blitzed really bad, but like we have all these like cash and resource reserves, like we can definitely bounce back even though we're outnumbered 5-1 and half our guys are inactive. We can definitely still win. That's an example of a cope. So if you see any of this, Stephen Cope, post it there because I'm building an archive of it because I am a psychopath and I take pleasure in that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. You want me to post what Jane just said? Sure. What did Jane say though? You didn't say it here. Sure. What did Jane say? All right. It was response to us dropping him. Let me screenshot it. Okay, so we might have some Seed and Cope here to look at while we're on this topic. I know nothing about these two alliances, by the way. Double Penetration Experience and Sanctuary. I I think they're micros. Actually, no. I think DPE might be like top 15. You're an underwear duty head. That is a Sigma insult if I've ever heard one. All right, so you guys can just put together. I don't know what Sanctuary is. I think DPE is top 15, or they were. Sanctuary is probably in that in the 30s, maybe or so. I don't think they're not old alliances. They may be a bit bigger. Um, Former Weep Protectorate. DPE is number 9. Yeah, I think DPE might be might be top 15. GVH says, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to American, I'm pretty sure DP is second. Really? That's interesting. Oh, Zig missed the return of Greta. How sad. TFB's Training Alliance. Light mode isn't that bad on the beach. Yeah, I would imagine not. Especially if it's night out. Okay, well, I'm kind of tired of waiting for, Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, Hugo has posted it in Seed and Cope, actually, if you want to look. So this is so I will read the screenshot here. One, we have an embassy where I talk to your diplomats quite often and talk to Beams from time to time. Also, I specifically asked Beams if she needed help with rebuild or anything and was rejected. Dropping your allies because you had to honor your obligations make you untrusty all around. Additionally, you said we didn't thank you, but thank you at the time. And an MDOP partner should largely be financially independent. If you don't want to be a prod, don't expect things like one. Act like an MDOP alliance. Number two was not large. Oh, so the bullet points that Sanctuary made, Jane seems to be responding to each one individually. Number two was not largely involved, so I'll ask Borg. Number three, maybe you should ask what we're X doing instead of assuming. For my deposits, and again, you can ask not that our internals are your concerns at all. We have our own sovereignty, and we expect the same respect for us that we give you as a mutual obligation ally. Number 5, who the fuck drops allies because of their artwork that's superficial at best and dishonest at worst? Overall, what I gather from this is a sanctuary does not understand the responsibilities as a mutual ally, seeing as you cannot understand honoring your treaty, and is a feckle ally that can drop you because they expect protectorate treatment and does not have respect for line sovereignty. It is just assumptions and not being able to ask me a simple question. We wish you back and our we give you our mutual 72 hours. Yeah, that's a Seeth moment right there. That's a Seeth moment, right? Especially with the mutual 72 hour. Oh, is Jane here? Jane is here. Let me unmute him. Jaden, what's up? We were discussing how Sanctuary dropped DPE, and you seemed pretty upset about that. So I want your take on this. Is Sanctuary just like a shit alliance? Like, what's going on? What's your side of the story?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, 1 second. Let me pull up the reasons they gave.
Okay, Jaden. I'll wait a minute. That's fine.
Okay, so their first point was a lack of relationship, i.e., we didn't really communicate with them too much. Which is pretty false. We talk to them pretty often, like 2 or 3 times per week, or even more than that. We have an embassy, on our on our embassy server specifically where we talk with their diplomats. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. Sorry, I was up getting a piece of candy. Yeah, Jane, everyone can hear you fine. I was slow to respond because I got up to go get a piece of candy.
Sorry, let me connect from my phone. It's really bad right now.
Okay, Jaden. Um, the candy I had was the kind that's like a gold coin, and you like remove the gold part and you eat it, and it's circular. It's really good, and I like it's milk chocolate, and like I don't know. Hold on. Let me go get the package. I got them from Walmart. It was in the I think it was the Halloween candy. It's Frankfurt milk chocolate coins, and they come in these little sacks. These little sacks that like kind of look like the kind potatoes would be in. They're pretty good though. I like them.
Hi.
Fun tidbit.
Can you hear me?
Go on, Jane. What's up?
All right. Let
Yep,
me start from the
I can hear
beginning
you.
because I don't know where I left off. So the first point that they addressed on their cancellation was lack of a relationship, and the first mini point was we didn't really talk much or have much of a relationship with them, which is pretty false since we did try to contact them about 2 or 3 times per week, see how their alliance was doing, or even talk about IRL stuff. Like most recently in their embassy, we talked about mass mandates in regards to COVID. Additionally, with the point they bring up about the war with R, I did actually DM their leader and specifically ask Beans if they needed help with rebuild, which they promptly rejected. So I don't know why they're bringing up this up right now. Uh, Additionally, the point where they talked about the counters were we were actually fully willing to compensate them for that, but they never followed up on us about how much we cost. Of course, after the cancellation, we looked it up and we compensated them anyway, since they were pretty salty about that. I will say that they do have a valid criticism in regards to security, i.e., we do have a lot of leaks right now.
Well, I mean, how many members do you guys have?
Like 170.
Yeah, so it that is a very leaky ship no matter what. Just because the more people who can see something, the higher likelihood it's gonna get leaked. I would say it's impossible to keep any like internal public things secret for longer than minutes, probably. But by that point.
Yep. Um. So the next thing they talk about is dishonesty from me, i.e., about 9 days earlier from where we temporarily halted grants like above AUP and crap because that was really expensive. I took a I transferred money to myself. But the thing about that is we don't withhold member deposits. The reason we paused grants was to build the money of the alliance itself, not to withhold member deposits, and those were from were from my deposits. And I mean, their last
Okay.
point is pretty shitty. Dropping your allies because of artwork, kind of a fucking. It's really pretty dumb. I've never heard of that being used as an excuse whatsoever. So it's pretty dishonest of them, or, well, superficial. And I do think the primary.
What was the artwork? What was the artwork in question? Can you post it? I want to. The
Sure.
Thalmor community will do this artwork.
Okay, let me get to my alliance page.
Okay, listeners, we're going to judge this artwork for ourselves, and we will determine. This is a mini trial. We will determine if this artwork is cringe enough to contribute to the dropping of an ally, or if Sanctuary was just being beta bitch boys. So as Jane gets that, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about.
Drop it in chat.
All right. So I'm going to. I know what
Do
to
a
do.
poll.
I know what to do. I'm going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll on the thing itself. Okay. If it's decent art, do the check mark. If it's bad art, do the X. Vote now. Uh oh, Jaden. It's not looking very good. Someone added the blob trash party. That's even worse. We got some cum drops. Oh, the voting's going crazy. I'm sorry, Jane, but we got like it's 7-16. The Thalmoria community has voted, and they have deemed the artwork to be trash, and so Sanctuary is definitely justified in making it a reason to drop the double penetration experience over it. I'm sorry.
Unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
I mean,
And so
overall, I think it's pretty shitty to expect money to honor your obligations. I'm just gonna leave that there.
the message that Hugo posted in Season Cope was it ended with saying this is our mutual 72 hours. Um, what was going through your mind when you added that to the end of your message?
I mean, really, it was as you can see from the message, I had a lot of run-on sentences. It was pretty informalish, but like it got our intention across.
Yeah, gotcha. So, Jane, that it's about it for me. Thank you for coming on and giving DPE side of things. I really do appreciate it.
No problem. GVH randomly messaged me.
Yeah, he does that a lot. He's a talker. He's a chatty mouth, but we like him. All right, so um, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about um, I want you to imagine something because this is what I would think played out. You work for your country's if you're American, you work for the State Department, right? You work for the government of your country and handling foreign affairs, and you make a decent salary in an embassy overseas, and your countries are at peace. So, like, if you're British, you're in a Polish embassy, nothing's going on. If you're American, you're in a Canadian embassy, nothing's going on, right? You help people with their passports, and you send people flags when they ask for them. Just peace, right? And then suddenly you get an official you get an official telegram from the country you're stationed in. All right, you're sitting in Poland with your little Union Jack above you, and from Warsaw you get an official telegram, and you open up your computer, and it's just a big, fat, black dick. It's like 13. It's an elephant trunk. It's a massive hog. It's 13 inches. You are losing your mind. How could this happen? Well, apparently this happened in Politics and War with people sending porn in an official embassy. So, um, I had this, and this makes twice that this has happened, and I'm not I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but I had someone create a burner Discord account, and they sent me some screenshots, and I think this is in the right order. This is in the order they sent them, and so I'm gonna post them. There's 9 of them. It's just text. There's no graphic images. In these screenshots, they're just discussing that it happened. So here we go. I'm going to post them. And I don't know what the graphic images were. Apparently, I think it was hentai. But I do not have the images available to me, I'm afraid. It would be cool if I did, but I don't. I only have screenshots of people talking about it after the fact. So that's 9 images. I do not know the alliance that sent the porn. It's Rainbow's Alliance, I think. And it was in the House Stark embassy. So House Stark was the victim of the hentai attack, and that's not correct. Okay, I'm glad you spoke up, Kills Bob, because Kills Bob he's in these screenshots. So I was going to ask him if he knew more. So it's Kills Bob. What's going on? Okay. Some other stuff too. Was there a 13-inch BBC elephant trunk? Fuck! Go on. By a big what? By a big what? You didn't finish. Oh. That's funny. Okay. If you was going to say that it was a horse, I could have DM'd Horsecock and would have had a funny thing to say to him, but it was a pig. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, guaranteed. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead. Jack, I think Jack had something to say. So, Jack, can you corroborate the pig fucking story?
Yeah, so, and if anybody wants to scar themselves and look up Porkum. That's what it's called. So if you want to
Can
make yourself scarred for life, there you
type it
go.
in chat.
Hold on.
Type it in chat.
Yeah, don't. But yeah, so I guess I gotta say the official FA stuff. Yeah, if anybody's upset, you can DM me. I'm taking full responsibility for what happened, and we did. And Kills posted a picture of that we are not. It's not going to happen again. That is what it is. Oh, we all know you're the one that shared those pictures. It's like, no, we all know you're the one that shared the pictures. You were in there, you left. You're the one that did it. I mean, I understand why. I'm not mad. I just would have rather you not. I would have rather you not have talked about it after the fact. Because you were the biggest one pushing for the agreement. We all agreed, and it was a pretty unanimous decision. It's not going to happen again. And then you then left the alliance because of it after we already agreed to. So it's obviously you're the one that posted it. Everybody else in the alliance is kind of on the same page regarding OPSEC and stuff like that. So, and I'm not really mad because I don't really care that much because it's not really OPSEC, but I would have just rather you not mentioned it because it doesn't, because just simply because it's all gone, like all of the stuff that was posted. Genesis nuked their server. It's all gone, and we attempted to keep it as quiet as possible. So would have been nice if you just, well, yeah. So I figured since you did leave, you did push us to agree to it, you would have at least, kept it quiet. I don't know who else did because not many people can see that chat.
Are you talking about who? Are you talking about who posted the screenshots?
Oh yeah, I'm talking about who leaked the screenshots because that's our government chat and
Yeah,
government announcements.
I uh
I
I think we can pretty clearly confirm who did, because if you look at screenshot, which one was it? Number 4, where there's a response to kills that's highlighted, which
Yeah, there's that too, but I didn't even.
how you messed that up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not really mad. I would have just rather you not do it, but yeah. And at that point, everyone's already arguing over it, so I really just who said it? Lysander. Yeah, no, I just got tired of all the arguing because it was just a lot of arguing after that, and so I didn't want to hear it anymore. And so, and if anybody out there is upset at us doing it, you can just DM me. I'll take any responsibility. If you're mad, like I said, just talk to me, and it's fine. All right.
So, Jack, what was the point of posting the porn? Was it to troll? Was it meant to be a
Just
funny thing?
it was just
What was the
trolling.
deal?
Like it was just trolling. It was just trolling Genesis. That's all it was. It wasn't done in like an official FA manner. It was just trolling Genesis. Because
Yeah.
because Genesis is annoying and we like to troll them, that's why.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I don't know. I can definitely understand like you're at a family dinner at Applebee's and you're going through your Discord embassy because that's your hobby, and a pig fucking a chick appears next to your mom. It's like, yeah, I don't want this image on my phone in general, but especially not in public at a nice family dinner. I can definitely understand why someone wouldn't want to see that. But also, it's not like the worst thing ever. If as a detached third party, my initial reaction to the screenshots was, that sounds funny.
Oh, I mean, I did think it was funny, and that's why I'm taking responsibility. I did I let it happen because I thought it'd be pretty. I mean, and we've done similar stuff before. Even I don't know if you probably don't know who they are, but Holy Teutonic Order from I think 2019 is when we kind of our community kind of started, and we would just go around and we'd shitpost people's servers. It wasn't as bad as this back then. It was mostly Curse Woody and things like that. And I guess over the years, it eventually devolved into just posting this type of stuff. But I think it really devolved when we actually did it to Goon server.
Well, doing it to goons is fine because they've done worse.
Oh
Right
yeah,
now.
I was just saying. I mean, this is when Goons was doing all the bad stuff, and we decided we were just going to go and destroy their server. So we got the whole shit team six together, walked right in there, and just started spamming it with the worst stuff we could find. And this is after this is after it was proven they were doing some pretty bad shit. So kind of wish I recorded that because that was funny,
Yeah, go.
especially Marx's response to it because Marx was big mad.
What did he say?
I mean, he just like he pushed the caps lock on and he just started yelling at us, telling us to stop, and called us a bunch of fascists for posting cursed Woody. I don't know. I just thought I'm serious. Okay, yeah. If you don't know who Marx is, Comrade Marx was their lead FA, and he thought everybody that didn't like them was a fascist, including anyone that had any negative opinion against Marx thought he was a fascist, thought they were fascists. So I mean, that's just his FA style, if that's an FA style.
So thanks, Jack, for explaining, and that is pretty cool. That like you're like I accept responsibility, blah 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 blah. That's pretty cool. You're being very mature about it. I hope no one really holds it against you guys because it's just kind of a silly thing.
Well, yeah, it is what it is if they do. Thanks for letting me on to talk about it anyway. I didn't really expect it to get big because it never has.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it for that then. Final topic is it's arguably the most important topic. I'm going to explain why the syndicate is bad for the game and should be destroyed. So, and this is a journey you all can go on with me because it's very simple. All of the evidence that I need for this topic comes straight from their alliance page. So, if you want to, go ahead and go to Politics and War and pull up the syndicate and let us look through this together. Um, so first off is it doesn't want to appear on mobile, but that's okay. That is okay. I can just pull it up. Kills, thank you. What a big help you are. All right, so reason number one why the syndicate is bad for the game and should be destroyed. Not on mobile apparently, but on desktop. If you go to their alliance page, there's that little header above their alliance description, and below the symbol you have what appears to be some foreign language, and it says "Picumia est potentia" or something. And that's not English. And the thing about it is that English is God's language. And because it's not English, it's basically just automatically satanic and it is just evil. And that's really bad. Right below that, at the very top of the alliance description, it says dollar bill, y'all. And that is once again, it's English, but it's a perversion of English, and it's also really bad. It also speaks to something of a recurring theme within the syndicate, which seems to be this obsession with money, this obsession with material good. Ugh. And as we all know from scripture, the love of money is the root of all evil. And so, look, I won't come out and say it, but the love of money is the root of all evil. The syndicate seems to love money. Come on, guys, you can connect the dots yourself. One of the positions, the lower gov, they are called vice presidents. Well, that is stupid because, as we all know, Kamala Harris is the vice president. Okay, Vemek, Johnny, Tarok, Golden Pope, we got some sacrilege going on. Kiluya Pablo, like none of these say Kamala Harris. None of them are the vice president. The syndicate is just propagating COVID disinformation, and that's really bad, and it's just evidence that the syndicate is evil, that the syndicate is bad for the game and should be destroyed. If we go on down a bit further to where, see, at the bottom of the alliance description, it says the very first sentence, God help us, is the syndicate, and notice how the S is a dollar sign. They think they're being clever. In reality, they're just advertising their love of money, which is disgusting, but I digress. The first sentence is the syndicate is an invite-only alliance located on the green sphere. If that doesn't set off alarm bells in your head, I don't know what to think. Because, look, it's okay to be an invite-only alliance. Grumpy Old Bastards is like halfway invite-only alliance. That's fine. It's okay to be a green sphere alliance. There's nothing wrong with that. But to be a invite-only alliance on the green sphere, that goes against the established meta and established traditions that have been around since like 2016, since when Church of Spaceology was still around and when they were close allies to the syndicate. You cannot have an invite-only alliance on the green sphere, especially because the alliance patrols the green sphere. It is completely ridiculous. But, you know, that's just... And they're so proud about it, too. It's the first sentence. But anyways, this is a lot of stuff to take in at once. I think it's very clear that the syndicate is bad for the game and should be destroyed. But I have one final piece of information for you, and I will just copy and paste it because that's all you need to see it. They have 6 allies: MD OAP with Order of the White Rose, MD OAP with House Dark, MD OAP with Carthago. They protect the Firm, the Syndicate, and the Dead Rabbits. First off, all of the protectorates start with the word the. That is the craziest thing I have ever heard. But that's not even the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is what's missing from that lineup. They have no optional defense packs. O-level treaties are they building block of foreign affairs in this game. If you have no O levels, you might as well just be paperless at this point. So I don't know. The Syndicate, they stick their dicks out about how much they love money, how they're an invite-only alliance on the Green Sphere. They pretend to be Kamala Harris, and they don't even engage in proper FA. They only have M levels and protectorates. There is no more evidence you need that the Syndicate is evil and should be destroyed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to me. I hope I've made my case very clear. And I think that's it for politics and war topics. Final call, politics and war. Did anything else happen that I need to go over? I think I'm done. GVH says yes. I think that's it.
You want
Me and
to?
Jane are going to box.
Do you notice
Go on, Sid,
something?
go on.
That whole thing.
What?
No one argued with you. No one had a counterpoint. It is confirmed. We have what, like 25 people that all recognize what you just said and agree to it. It's amazing. I'm so glad you've brought light to all this wonderful information. I hope we can finally do something about this menace.
There's a great quote. You know, Fallout New Vegas is a great game, and one of the great characters from the DLCs is Joshua Graham. And there's one line from Joshua Graham that I think applies the most, which is, "We can't expect God to do all the work." And I'll just leave it at that. I think that's it, though. I'm trying to look here. Hugo says, me and Jaden are going to box to the death. You should definitely live stream it and monetize it, because that would be pretty cool. Alright, I think that's it for politics and war. I want to talk a little bit about some real life topics, but I think that's about it. I think I'm ready to close out the show when I'm done with that. So if you're here for game stuff, now's the time to leave. I'm going to talk about dumb real life politics no one really cares about. Thank you all for coming out. I will see you guys next Friday. Now, I'm a legal nerd. I once wanted to be an attorney, and that's no longer true. But I still have retained my amateur interest in law. And there are 4 high-level trials going on at the same time. You had the Arbery trial and you had the Rittenhouse trial. Those ended, but right now there are 4 other ones going on. And let me see. You have the Kim Potter trial. Kim Potter was the officer who she meant to go for her taser, but instead grabbed her gun and shot and killed a guy. So she's facing manslaughter charges. Jussie Smollett was this. He was on this show called Empire, and he's black, and he alleged that in downtown Detroit at 3 a.m. in freezing weather, 2 white supremacists attacked him and put a noose around his neck while he was getting a Subway sandwich. And the police quickly found out this was bullshit, and now he's on charge for that, for lying to the police. They don't allow thigh slapping in the courtroom. They don't allow this. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's called the First Amendment, and I can do this if I want. I wonder if that's what it sounded like when that pig was fucking that woman. Just, you know. But anyways, you have the Jussie Smollett trial. The 19 kids and counting family, the Duggars, the oldest son is on trial for having molested children. So he's on trial. And then finally, and probably the most important one, you have the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. And Ghislaine Maxwell is a co-conspirator to Jeffrey Epstein, who of course trafficked children for like billionaires and stuff. And honestly, like if you're against Ghislaine Maxwell, it's just because you're scared of successful women. That is just the truth. You're scared of women playing with the big leagues. You're scared of women making a path for themselves, and I don't want to hear it. So if you're against Ghislaine Max, if you hope she gets convicted, you need to leave right now. I don't want you listening to me. But yeah, that's what's going on. And there was this attorney Nick Rekieta who did a live stream of the Rittenhouse case, and like he had a panel of lawyers on. Most of them did criminal defense. Some others did white collar stuff. Goodness, did like civil cases, and that was pretty informative. They had like over 130 people at their peak listening, and that panel of attorneys, they're all trying to cover the Ghislaine, like they're all trying to cover the different trials, and it's hard. Andrew Blanca, he's a self defense attorney, and he's really good. He's covering Kim Potter. Nick Rekieta is covering Kim Potter. Another one named Uncivil Law. See, and this is so fucked. The Ghislaine Maxwell trial. There's no audio recordings. There's no video recordings. It's all behind closed doors. And so this uncivil law guy, he's there in person. He flew to New York and he's there in person documenting it. Like between breaks and stuff, he's writing down everything that's happening and publishing it. So that's pretty interesting. So we'll see what happens from all that. I predict that Kim Potter gets convicted. Jussie Smollett. I anticipate that all of them get convicted. The only one who doesn't might be Ghislaine, but I think apparently the facts are really bad in Duggar's case. Apparently he talked to the cops when they interviewed him, so he's fucked. Jussie Smollett, I think he's fucked. I think the jury selection went bad for Potter, so I think she's fucked. Maxwell might be the only one that walks, but I don't think she will. Like the conviction rate in these trials is like 80%. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think they're all fucked except maybe just Lane. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rag, that I'm not pronouncing the child sex trafficker's name correctly. It's not like pronouncing things wrong is a staple of this show anyways. But whatever. That's okay. I hope GM does well. Okay, bag. Whatever you say. Names are important to get right. All right. So, I think that's kind of it. I don't think anything's going to happen with the Omicron variant. There was a school shooting, and the parents got they're charged now with manslaughter, and they're fleeing. They left. They're gone. Change his name to Bag. I love you. That was probably kills. That's good. But yeah, that's what's going on there. I don't know much else. Guys, is anything else going on well? I'm into the United States, Justinian. I'm in the US. I don't think much will happen. Yeah, Germany's lockdowning. Israel's banning everyone. I don't think much happen. I don't think the US will have lockdowns on a national level like we did in March of last year. New York is cucked. Who cares what they do? Is Bag is triggered. Bag is legit seething in chat over mispronounced names. Bag, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Yeah, New York did do the worst, but I don't. Well, I was going to say I don't think Kentucky will shut down, but they might because we have Bashir, and Bashir he goes along very strong with the COVID stuff. So I was going to be smug, but I shouldn't be smug. I don't like Bashir that much. He's okay, I guess. But like his competition was Bevan, and Bevan was retarded. So I don't know. Beers with Bashir. That does rhyme well. And Bashir could be really cucked, and he's not. Oh goodness, Justinian, what is it? I will hear your plea. I do not know what with Beers Bashir is. I thought you just made that up right now because it's a fun rhyme. Would Bashir go to downtown Lexington and drink beers with people? Justinian, you're unmuted. Justinian, you're unmuted. He remuted himself. He does not want to talk. His wife's EMP blast got him. He cannot communicate over a microphone. I will see what he has to say before moving on. Every time Bashir gets on TV, radio, during COVID, you're supposed to drink a beer. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. The professor, I thought you was leaving. I announced I was going to stop talking about the games, talking about politics, and you were like, "Bye." But you've stayed. Shouldn't your liver be shutting down though? Shouldn't you be in the early stages of alcohol poisoning? Why are you still here anyways? I tried to kill you! And now my cat is in front of my TV and I can't read chat. That is true, Professor. That is true. I would imagine with great effort, even during alcohol poisoning, you could probably type normally. Okay, my cat has moved. My last dying breath will be on Thalmor Radio. I welcome your dedication. Justin, I'm at work. You're at work at 10 p.m. on a Friday with phones going off? Wow. No wonder you have to drink every time the government turns on. You need every excuse imaginable. I would drink too. Alright. So forget Thalmor right on me. That's Thalmor levels of dedication right there. But anyways, I don't know, that's kind of it. I don't have much else to talk about. Ron DeSantis announced he wanted to create a state guard, and people freaked out about that because they don't know state guards are a thing, even though they really are. Tennessee has one, Texas has one, a bunch of states have one. Kentucky does not. We had a state guard during World War II to protect Keeneland, and they had like batons, and that was it. Boris Johnson's being a cunt discuss that. I know nothing about UK politics, so I cannot speak on that, I'm afraid. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else that's happened in the news. Oh, Jack Dorsey finally resigned as CEO of Twitter, and it got replaced by this Indian guy who doesn't like the First Amendment and also doesn't seem to like white people. So that's interesting. And I think a bunch of people got banned recently off Twitter because a lot of people I follow was complaining about their follower counts going down. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm probably going to have to eventually get off Twitter because the mainstream platforms will become more and more unviable. I think that's it. Nothing else has happened. Kamala Harris is losing staffers because she's unlikable. I can't think of anything. I think I'm done. Please discuss why Kentucky is the master state. Oh man, that's so easy. Just go anywhere in Kentucky outside Lexington and Louisville and just marvel at how beautiful it is. Especially in eastern Kentucky, like during the autumn, it's just a rainbow of colors. Then you go to Lexington, you go to a cool, nice bar downtown, and you have a sip of the finest Kentucky bourbon. You get some of that Woodford Reserve. You get some of that 1792. You get some of that Bullet bourbon, and it's so good. And you got some cool friends. You're talking to this coal miner 1 minute who knows the value of hard work. You're talking to an immigrant in Louisville who is so happy to be able to move here from China and how they love our freedom and our ideas. You go to a rural town in in southeast Kentucky, and you talk to the housewives there and how they just love the little mountain communities and they love going to church and just it's an incredible state all around. How can you not love it? How can you not love the bluegrass? Return home, hillbilly. Return home. Return home, blue man. Return home. It's a great it's a great state. I actually do like being here. And like I do like being in Kentucky. I do think it's pretty good. Um if I ever leave Kentucky, it will be because I'm not leaving Kentucky, but because I'm leaving the US. Because I like rural Kentucky. I can be out in the country, away from a population center. So when the dollar collapses and everyone goes hungry, I can be away from all that craziness. But if I want the comforts of the first world, the fucking University of Kentucky Hospital is a 50-minute drive. So I'm good either way. Only problem is internet is kind of a problem. Um But I could always move to a more suburban part of where I am anyway, so it's not really that big of an issue. And I think that's it. If I want the covers for TK Hospital is close. Well, yeah. I've been spending a lot of time at the University of Kentucky Clinic lately because my mom has a bunch of appointments there, and it's a nice little place. It could be better, but it's okay. Really, hillbilly? That's interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, gosh, a creek runs through my house, but it doesn't just my a creek runs through my house. Fuck, listen to me. The 5G is killing me, folks. A creek runs through my property, and it doesn't just run through it. It like you got a creek, like a limb of it is behind the detached garage. Another limb of it is to the right of my trailer. Another wing of it is to the left of the house that my trailer is next to. Like this creek runs all over the place. Have you ever visited our our Arboretum? No, I have not. I've never even heard of that place. My experience is Central Kentucky, South Central Kentucky. That's what I'm familiar with. Arboretum. Arboretum. That sounds like the name of a hive city in Warhammer 40k, or the name of a planet. Brothers, we must go to Arboretum to repel the Xenos and heretics. All right, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out of topics. I'm out of energy. It's time. I got half a rotisserie chicken to eat. I got my dumbbell exercises to do. I need to finish drinking that water I started on earlier. It's time. I gotta do my 300 words for my book today. So I got all that to do, and it is 10, and I want to be in bed before it gets too late. So I think I'm done. I am not leaking Gov dick pics. We all agreed that when we would make that channel, it stays between us. I'm not leaking it. I wouldn't want Ramona to leak my cock. I'm not going to leak his cock. Oh, it's not happening. Sorry. The only cock you will ever see from me is the pictures of rotisserie chicken I will ever post, which I will not do tonight. Maybe some other time. but we're done. It's 10:10. This was a good show. This has been my favorite show in a while. I don't know. I was really on point tonight for some reason. And also, we had like 42 listeners. Usually, we cap out at about 30. I don't know why we have 42 tonight, but I welcomed it. It was fun. I'm done. It's 10:11. Thank you, GVH, for keeping track. The highest I saw was 42, but 44 is reasonable. See you, Henri. We're done. Kills Bob, play the theme, and then when the theme is done, end the recording.
Today
Have a good night.
is Friday.
Hey, Greta.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. Yeah, he's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
Good night.